And then, all of a sudden, we heard a big commotion, and everybody started yelling, "They see the lady, the Statue of Liberty." And we all ran upstairs, and everybody started screaming and crying. You were kissing each other, people that you didn't even know before, that were alongside of you and you never paid any attention. Everybody was so excited that you see America, and you see the lady with her hand up. This is a quote from a Jewish Romanian immigrant who came to America in 1905. Like millions of others, Estelle saw the Statue of Liberty and realized that she had made it to America, but that the journey was not yet over. The Statue of Liberty is situated on a small island, Ellis Island, in the New York harbor just off the coast of New Jersey. Ellis Island was a federal immigration station through which more than 12 million immigrants passed. It opened January 1st, 1892, and 700 immigrants passed through it that day. It operated until 1954. Ellis Island's peak of operation was 1900 to 1914, slowing due to the start of World War I. During these years, 5,000 to 10,000 people passed through the station every day. There were many causes that drove immigrants to the United States, ranging from political and economic oppression in Russia to poverty in Italy. Others came to escape war, famine, and religious persecution. The United States stood as the New World with the Statue of Liberty, once called Liberty Enlightening the World, standing symbolically stretching out a light of liberty to the world, welcoming those seeking greater opportunity. A devastating fire occurred June 15, 1897, in a tower of the main building of the Ellis Island station. The roof collapsed and all immigration records dating back to 1840 were destroyed. Fortunately, no one was killed. The immigration station was temporarily relocated to Manhattan's Battery Park. The new fireproof facility of Ellis Island opened in December of that year. On the opening day of the new facility, 2,251 people passed through. 2 new islands were created because the one island could not contain the enormous traffic it saw daily. The second island was a hospital and contagious disease ward, and the third island was a psychiatric ward. By 1906, Ellis Island was more than 27 acres, an enormous growth considering its original size was just 3 acres. An immigrant's journey would begin in their home country, deciding to move to America, packing, buying tickets for the steamboat, and enduring the journey. But their journey did not end with the glorious sight of the Statue of Liberty. After exiting the docked steamboat, immigrants would grab their bags and load onto a ferry that would take them to Ellis Island. The first thing immigrants encountered on the island was a medical inspection. Their inspection began as they walked up a flight of stairs. Doctors leaned over the rails in order to get a quick glimpse at how they walked, looking for limps or shortness of breath. Once up the stairs, a short inspection would follow. The examiners looked for scalp and nail fungus, cholera, heart problems, mental illness, injuries, and trachoma, an eye disease similar to pink eye, but would then cause blindness or death because there was no known cure. Minor curable illnesses just meant detention in the hospital until the person was well. A passenger with an incurable or disabling ailment would be sent back to their home country. For this reason, the medical examinations were dreaded by the immigrants passing through Ellis Island. But only 20% of all who passed through were sent to the hospital. After the medical examination, the immigrants would continue on to another room and another exam. They would enter a beautiful room, but it was filled with chaos, confusion, anxiety, a cacophony of languages, women and children crying, and people being questioned. This was the room in which the legal exams took place. The noise was deafening, and the wait was an average of 5 hours long. Once it was their turn, immigrants would approach a questioner to be asked questions such as where they were from, their name, age, occupation, marital status, destination, and whether or not they could read and write. If someone was thought to have a mental illness, they could be sent to the psychiatric ward on the third island or on to someone else who would test them further. The immigration process was not an easy one. Immigrants had to endure uncomfortable travels and cope with discouragement and anxiety as they went through the process on Ellis Island. But their struggles were not faced without a purpose. Travelers came to America in hopes of a better life with greater opportunities, and the Statue of Liberty, situated on Ellis Island, was their first glimpse of the New World. For many, this marked the beginning of a new and better life. Ellis Island opened to the public in 1976. It is now a museum in which people can learn about the history of Ellis Island, as well as trace their ancestors in the immigration arrival records.